Do it. I dare you right now. Name a free agent that you believe the Raiders should go out and sign. I'm going to be looking down in the comments, so you better do it. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, I'm going to be ranking the top 25 NFL free agents that the Raiders should go out and look to target in free agency. I wouldn't be able to do today's show, and to be honest, I'd probably be really single if it wasn't for Manscaped. Head on over to manscaped.com, use code Raiders to save 20% off and get free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. So the way that today's show is going to go, I'm going to go from 25, I'm going to work my way all the way down to 1, and I made this because a lot of times I'm always telling people, hey, hit me up on social media, give me some questions, and a lot of times I get asked, well, Mitch, the Raiders have right now a lot more money in cap space since June 1st and currently sitting at $21.6 million, which is 6th in the NFL. Why haven't they gone out and why haven't they spent any of it yet? And, you know, I think this is just a great example that Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, they're going to be patient. They're going to weigh out all their options. But I keep getting these questions, so what you're going to see here is me rank these players based on their overall talent, based on the overall need right now for this organization. So there are certain guys that I think are more talented than others, but I built this strictly for the Raiders. Let's go to number 25 on my list. It's Dont'a Hightower. The reason why he's number 25 is because he doesn't really give you too much cover ability, and with Denzel Perryman apparently stepping up and looking better, I don't know if it's that much of a need. Yes, he has some Patriot ties in here, but he's number 25 on my list. Let's go to number 24. It's Will Fuller, and a lot of deep speed, and if you're looking to just have that extra element of a deep threat, you have that in Fuller. The issue is this: he can't stay healthy. He had 3 catches week 1 against the Raiders last season, won the remainder of the year. There's other talented wide receivers out there if you wanted to take a shot. 1-year prove-it deal for the vet men, though? Okay, now I'm listening. Let's go to number 23. It's Brandon Shell, and you're going to see 4 offensive tackles on this list, and all of them play at the right tackle spot. 6'5", 324 pounds. Played in about 550 snaps last season for the Seattle Seahawks. He's very close to being an upgrade, I would say over Brandon Parker. But if Alex Leatherwood can get his crap together, he's still a better player than Shell. At number 22, I'm going to go defensive tackle Eddie Goldman. When you go back, you look at some of the years, 2017, 2018, Goldman was a very talented player. He's coming off arguably his worst season of his entire career, but he has some connections there from Champ Kelly. Also, right now, I'd make the argument on defense, defensive tackle might be the biggest area of concern for me, which is why Eddie Goldman ends up making the list. If the Raiders go out and they sign any of these players, I'm going to be going live on the Raiders Report. We're going to be having a good time. So not only should you subscribe, turn on those notifications. There's a bell underneath every video. You click that bell, you click all. That way when I go live, you get the notification, you hop in the party, and then you're ready to rock and roll. At number 21 of my top 25 NFL free agents for the Las Vegas Raiders, it's Kevin King. And if you look at King, you see somebody who's 6'3", 200 pounds, long, lanky, athletic corner. He is coming off a little bit of a rough year in Green Bay, but I do think that this coaching staff with Patrick Graham is smart enough, and if you can get the upside in King, you're going to really like that move. However, you could fall flat on your face. I don't know why there's no love around Carlos Dunlap. Dunlap, to me, is a player who, even though he's like 33 years old, this guy still gets it done. And yes, you have Max Crosby. Yes, you have Chandler Jones. But how many times have I said this offseason? Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert. And when you look at a lot of the quarterbacks that the Raiders are going to play, the fact that this guy had 8.5 sacks last season on a bad Seahawks team, you bring him in, have him pin his ears back, come in on third downs, extra snaps. You can never have too much depth at the defensive end position. At number 19, I'm going to go Landon Collins here, safety. And he's coming off a Achilles injury. Luckily, last year, though, was able to play, I should say, tore his Achilles in 2020. 81 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 pass breakups. But the safety knows Patrick Graham's system, and I think he could at least fit in this system. And he's probably not somebody who's going to be a reliable coverage guy at this point. But if you were to ask me who do I think is a better player, Landon Collins or Jonathan Abram, I'm going to tell you Landon Collins. And if Abram is somebody that the Raiders plan on relying on and using him in the defense, why not just go out and upgrade? Just something to think about. At number 18, it's Emmanuel Sanders. And I don't really think that wide receiver is a big-time need for the Raiders as it currently stands right now. But I'm looking to upgrade, and if you can, do it. Yes, another player, very getting up there in age, 35, 36 years old. But I believe Emmanuel Sanders, at this current juncture in his career, would be an upgrade over Keelan Cole. You know how much I like Keelan Cole. Would be an upgrade over Demarcus Robinson. Would be an upgrade over Matt Collins. And could be another good, reliable safety blanket for Derek Carr. Now, Manscaped, y'all, they're hooking you guys up. And hopefully you took advantage of all these awesome deals we had right before Father's Day. But you know what? If you're out there like, well, wait, I didn't get anything for Father's Day, get yourself something nice, because look at this deal we got going on right now. If you use promo code Raiders at manscaped.com and you get your hands on the Platinum package, I can save you up to like 52%. Why are you asking me that? Well, if you were to go out and buy all these products that come in the Platinum package, I'm going to read them off to you real quick. The Magic Mac, Crop Reviver, Crop Preserver, Deodorant, Body Wash, 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, Weed Whacker, the Lawnmower 4.0, the Shed, and the Manscaped Boxers, it would be a total of $256. If you use promo code Raiders at manscaped.com, it's only going to cost you $123.99. So essentially, it's 52% off. And the Shed, the Boxers, we're just going to throw those in for free. So make sure you're looking good this summer. If you plan on going to the beach, I'm telling you what, you're going to love these products. These links are going to be available for you all in the comments and in the description of today's video. Let's go to Riley Reiff now, number 17 on my top 25 free agents list. Good offensive tackle. However, he did have some, we'll say, weaknesses last season. At least the entire Bengals offensive line did. He played in about 717 snaps. I'd say he's slightly above an offensive tackle. He's better than Leatherwood. He's better than Brandon Parker. Bobby Massie, another name to keep in mind. Yes, he is a veteran, but he has some experience playing in the AFC West. Started 13 games last season, allowed 5 sacks, but he's a big old guy. I think Carmen Brasilla would like working with him quite a bit. The next name coming up here is going to be a name that a lot of y'all, I can already tell, are going to like. It's Julio Jones, and the reason why Julio makes the list is because he's Julio Jones. He's missed he's played in 14 games. No, I believe he's missed 14 games over the past 2 seasons, and Father Time has caught up to him. But I'm telling y'all right now, if you want to go rolling the dice and go all in, and if Jones is healthy for 14 games, the Raiders have the best offense in the NFL. Sure, only 31 grabs, 434 yards last season, but hey, I don't know. It's Julio Jones. Let's go to 14. It's Justin Houston. And this is a guy who I feel like I talk about every single offseason and continues to get up there in age, but he still is a reliable presence. And 34 tackles, 4.5 sacks. The reason why I would love to bring in a player like Justin Houston is because when you bring in vets, they help out younger players. And if you're hoping that Malcolm Koonce can turn into this reliable edge rusher who realistically is not all that big, Justin Houston would be a great person where he could put Malcolm Koonce under his wing and teach him a lot of the old veteran savvy moves that he used to do back in the AFC West. At number 13, it's J.C. Tretter. And if I was just doing a top 25 NFL free agents list, Tretter would probably be in my top 5. Here's the issue, though. Even though he had a 78.7 overall grade on PFF, the Raiders want either Andre James or they want Dylan Parham to win the center position. And there's been some rumors out there that Tretter could retire. At number 12 on my top 25 free agents list for the Raiders, it's Cole Beasley. And I remember all those great Patriot offenses with Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, Wes Welker. I'm not just saying this because Beasley and Renfrow are both white slot guys. But I think it kind of fits, right? He's a good route runner, 80 catches, I believe, in over 100 targets in 3 straight seasons, back-to-back years of 82 grabs. Yes, the yards have come down quite a bit, but if you're telling me right now, if Beasley's out there, he can get 50 catches, maybe let's say he picks up 25 first downs, there's a lot of value there. At number 11 here, we're going to go back to the defensive side of the football, A.J. Johnson. And Johnson, unfortunately for him, got injured, played only like 10 games last season. He does have some ability at being able to get after the quarterback. He can cover a little bit, nothing too special. 32 tackles. If you need him to play special teams, he can do it technically, though I don't know if the Raiders would make him. But he is somebody who I believe right now could be the 5th best linebacker on our roster, which I'm keeping 5 if you watch my 53-man roster projection video. So if you haven't liked the video yet, y'all, please do it. I want the Raiders to sign a free agent for multiple reasons. Why? I believe that there are still improvements that can be made to help us go from being a 10-win team to an 11 to a 12, and then you're chasing the ultimate prize, which is a Super Bowl. So if you believe that you can upgrade, do it. The other reason, because I'm going to go live, we're going to party, we're going to have a good time. So please like the video. It's time now to get into the top 10. I got Jamie Collins on here, who definitely has a lot of ties playing in the past with Matt Patricia, playing in his ties with New England. This guy is long, he's lanky. When I think of what I want in a 3-4 linebacker, I think of Jamie Collins at his best. Yes, he's not what he used to be, but he would be a really, really good fit and helping us stay versatile. At number 9, another player for a lot of the reasons that I just mentioned. Some of his best seasons came with the Patriots back in 2016, 2017, and 2018. Trey Flowers, the last 2 seasons, unfortunately, has been battling a lot of injuries. And for a lot of the reasons that I mentioned with Carlos Dunlap, or some of these other defensive ends, if I can have Trey Flowers and he can be my 3rd best defensive end and bring him in on occasion to make sure he can try to stay healthy, you can't have enough edge rushers in the NFL, especially in today's world. Arguably the biggest name, at least that's been popping up in Raiders' radar, it's Ndamukong Suh, and I'm just going to break the news to you. He's not my number 1 DT on this list. 27 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. He is still a reliable player, hasn't missed a game since like 2011, has missed only 2 games his entire career with injuries to Bilal Nichols and Jonathan Hankins. And Ndamukong Suh makes a lot of sense, but guess what? To me, I believe Linval Joseph would not only be a good fit, has experience in the AFC West, but as it currently stands right now, is actually a better player overall. He's had at least 44 tackles, and I'm going to say every single year of his career or the last like 7 or 8 years. 6'4", 330 pounds, will be able to plug up the middle, coming off a season with 57 tackles. He is a good run stopper, and he can get after the quarterback. At number 6, I'm going to go Jackrabbit Jenkins, or, well, that's actually his real name now, but it's better known as Janoris Jenkins. 54 tackles, 1 INT, 6 pass breakups, played with Tennessee last season. Definitely still think that he could be a player that could compete for a starting spot. And if there are players out there that I believe can start or compete for a starting spot, why would you not at least try to bring him in? It's a veteran, but he knows the defense. He can be just an extra depth player. I like the Jackrabbit quite a bit. We are 5 players away to get into that top 5. And I don't know about y'all, I'm excited to see the top 5. If you haven't already, I know I tell you guys all the time, but I would appreciate it. It's the off season. Give me a follow on IG, Twitter. I'm trying to get those blue check marks, and I need your help to do it. Let's go to number 5. I'm going to go corner, and it's inside corner, Chris Harris Jr. Do I think that the Raiders have Nate Hobbs, and he's an incredible slot? Yes. Is he better than Chris Harris Jr. at this current point? Yes, he is, actually. In fact, I think Nate Hobbs is one of the best inside corners, if not top 3 slot guys in the league. But I also know Chris Harris Jr. is a phenomenal player and can still play at a high level. He's played with the Chargers, he's played with the Broncos, and I would love to be able to take that knowledge that he has and then apply it to this Raiders organization. Chris Harris would be a great fit. At number 4, it's Sheldon Richardson. And this guy is a big-time run stopper, can still get after the quarterback a little bit. And 39 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. He is still a very good quality player that the Raiders should pick up the phone and call. At linebacker, I'm going to go Anthony Barr in my top 3. He could still get after the quarterback. Racked up 72 tackles last season, a great leader on that Minnesota Vikings defense. Sure, he's 30 years old, but he might be better than Denzel Perryman. I said might. but he's that good. That's how good this guy is. At number 2, it's Odell Beckham Jr. And the reason why OBJ's up here is because you add OBJ and you have the best offense in all of football. Is he coming off another ACL? Yes, he is. But this is just one of those moves where I put him at number 2 because the talent of the player outweighs a lot of the other guys on this list. Is wide receiver a big need for the Raiders? No. But Odell, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller. Tell me how that sounds. Yeah, pretty good. At number 1, probably no surprise for a lot of the loyal watchers out there, it's Daryl Williams. And I know the Raiders are confident in Alex Leatherwood and Brandon Parker, but I don't think that the nation truly is. And why not go out, get somebody who has always proven when he plays right tackle, he's legit. Like, he is a legit right tackle. 6'6", 330 pounds. You invested all this money in Derek Carr. You invested all this money in Devontae Adams and the offense in general. Be kind of stupid to not have a solid right tackle, and then obviously you have Colt Miller. That'd be a really good tackle duo. And in the division with the AFC West, a lot of good edge rushers. Also, the right tackles in the AFC West, pretty weak right now. So that's my top 25 list. Hopefully y'all liked it, but I know this. There's a lot of free agents out there. I did my best. I did my homework. I tried to comb through as much as I could, but I'm sure I left somebody off. At least I'm sure I left somebody off one of y'all's top 25 lists. So tell me, if you made a top 25 free agents list that the Raiders should target, who would it be? Who would be on the list that I missed? I'm going to be looking down in the comments. Now, we're going to go quickly through the top 25, and I just want to say a friendly reminder out there. If anybody wants to take a screenshot, if anybody wants to post it on IG, Twitter, at Mitchell Renz 365, I will do my best to repost it, And if any of these players end up getting signed, hell, even if somebody that's not on this list ends up getting signed, I'm going to go live on the Raiders Report. So please hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications.